Hey everyone, it's Ashley with Southern Sewing Company. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're learning how to free motion loops, which is a wonderful beginner-friendly quilting design. So as always, you need your free motion quilting foot and to have your feed dogs dropped in order to achieve this design. So for more information on what type of quilting foot you need for your machine, refer to the manual for your sewing machine, or you can do a quick search online to find this. You can also refer back to the beginner quilting series part 6 that I did last year, and you can find a link in the description box below to this. So let's get started. So this is my version of quilted loops that I'm going to share with you how to achieve today. I'm going to scan this and download it onto the blog post that I have for this week, and you can find a link in the description box below for that. You can print this and trace along with me if it helps with your muscle memory. So to do this design, which there's a lot of different variations you can do this, but this is the most basic that we'll talk about first. You're going to start at one point and move down, create your loop, and then you're gonna continue on that curve and then change directions and do another loop and then come back around into another loop. And you can do this in any shape that you want to, in any direction if it makes sense. This is a really free-flowing design that you need to make your own, and you'll kind of develop your signature way to do it, but this is a good starting point. When we start, we're gonna start with a curved line and complete our circle and continue out of it. And I think this curve out of the loop is really important to keep things kind of fluid instead of angular. So keep that in mind. This is almost like a cursive E instead of an L that looks like this. So we're gonna take this and just kind of continue on in different directions, and I'll go up and come back down. And notice that my circles aren't always perfectly circular, and I am perfectly okay with that. There's a bump in my table right there. You can make your loops as big or as small as you want to, and that's another neat thing about this is it's completely customizable. So you can consider doing really big loops, or then again, like really tiny loops if you want to make this kind of a smaller design. And then another kind of cool variation is you can put 2 loops in one. So if you're coming down, you can do a circle and then another circle. Again, does not have to be perfect. I am not a licensed drawer. You get the idea. So real quick, this is my scrap sheet of paper. This nice pretty one will be on my website. But we're gonna hop over to my sewing machine and I'm gonna show you how to do this on a quilt. We're at my sewing machine, and as always, I'm quilting on my baby lock Jane, and I've got my free motion foot, and I am working in one direction starting out, making these loops and then continuing out of them before I change directions. And keep in mind, each loop is going to continue out of it instead of stopping and going in a totally different direction. So really kind of encompassing that inner cursive E. I'm going to maintain distance between each of my quilted lines. So I'm not keeping a 4-inch gap over here and then quilting really close together over here. But overall, you can really make this design your own, which is really cool, and it's one of the best for beginners because you don't really see these quilting mistakes. So if your circle looks more like a square, just roll with it and make squares across the board. Really make this your own and work across. Stop periodically to make sure that you haven't left these huge gaps and you can quilt back to them. But just keep quilting, keep practicing, and you're doing awesome. So here we are with our finished quilting design. I got a little crazy with my consistency with some of my loops, but overall you can see how this pattern really is customizable to whatever you want. I went with just a single curve for this one, but you make this into whatever you want. I am excited to see what you create with this. A common struggle when stitching loops is making them look fluid rather than angular. This key is to let each loop curve gently into your quilting path before moving to the next one. Number 2, get creative with loop variations. So the coolest thing about this design is you really can make it your own. If you want to make all of the circles the same, that is perfectly fine. You can also do smaller, bigger, or even do 2 loops in one to kind of make it organic and free-flowing into whatever design that you want. Number 3, change directions for an all-over look. Instead of quilting in a straight line, vary your loops by moving in different directions like up, down, sideways, and fill the space evenly. Lastly, as we just kind of touched on, maintain consistent distance between the lines. One of the most important aspects of beautiful free motion loops is keeping a consistent distance between your stitch lines. Uneven spacing can make your quilting look messy, while even spacing gives it a more polished and professional look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it and learned something new so that other quilters can better find it. Or if you've learned 2 new things, consider subscribing because each week I'm bringing you new quilting and hand embroidery videos. As always, you can leave a comment below if you have questions, if you want to say hi, or you can find me on Instagram at Southern Sewing Company. Thanks, y'all.